When it comes to the task of figuring out what to do with your life or what kind of work to go into, one of the most common pieces of advice that gets thrown around is just follow your passion. Yeah, just gotta find your passion, man, and go after it to the ends of the earth. This word, passion, it keeps cropping up again and again, and we're constantly being told that we simply need to go find out whatever ours is. No longer shall we be relegated to the work of previous generations, tedious, boring factory work that our parents did before us. Oh, no, this is the now, and you can go make superhero capes for dogs if that is what your passion truly is. Actually, that's not a bad idea. But no. Follow your passion, as inspiring as it is bad advice. It builds its foundations off of this assumption that everyone is just born with a pre-existing passion. It's like we're all onions, and all you've got to do is peel back the layers to figure out what's inside. Though, I don't know about you, but I'm not an ogre. And for most of my life, I would have been pretty hard-pressed to tell you what the heck my passion is, because I just didn't know. And this is the problem that most people face. Either they don't have anything in their life that they can identify as a real passion, or there's a lot of things all over the place, lots of vibrant, interesting things that they could identify as passions, but they don't really know which one to latch onto and pursue. And this problem is all the more common for students or people who don't really have a whole lot of experience in their careers yet. And I'm guessing that you probably fall into one of those two categories, which is unfortunate because this is also the point in your life where you're being asked to figure out what to do with that life. Luckily, there is better advice that you can use. Cal Newport, the author of the fantastic book So Good They Can't Ignore You, summed it up perfectly for me when I asked him for his advice on choosing a major. And he said simply, pick something you have an interest in and then go full bore and try to get as good as you possibly can at it. And this advice, this focus on building skills and gaining experience, this is the most effective way to figure out what work truly fulfills you. You're not born with some innate thing you're supposed to do with your life. Rather, you're born with personality traits and certain qualities of work that you'll enjoy, maybe creativity, maybe working with people or working with very logical things, autonomy or a sense of impact in your work. And these specific qualities are going to be unearthed and slowly discovered as you make more connections with people, as you do more things, as you create things and gain skills. In the book I just mentioned, Cal talks about a concept in the scientific community called the adjacent possible. If you think about all of our collective scientific knowledge as an ever-expanding bubble, then the adjacent possible is the area right outside that bubble, right within our grasp, and that's where most new discoveries are made. And as we continue to make new discoveries and we continue to grow that bubble, the adjacent possible grows as well, and new things we didn't even know were possible before start to come out of the fog and start to be within reach. In an article for the New York Times, Stephen Johnson states it eloquently. The strange and beautiful truth about the adjacent possible is that its boundaries grow as you explore them. This concept perfectly illustrates how you can go about finding work that you love. As you learn and do more and meet new people, new opportunities and possibilities are going to emerge that you didn't even know existed before and that were completely inaccessible in the past. Also, this focus on skills and experience rather than passion or enjoyment is going to become immensely helpful when you reach the dip, a concept that the author Seth Godin popularized in his book of the same name. The dip is the point at which pursuing a skill becomes difficult or boring, and let me tell you, this always comes no matter what skill you're pursuing. At first, things start out fun. Your interest in the subject keeps your motivation levels high, and you're able to grasp the low-hanging fruit pretty easily. As time goes on, though, eventually those easy progress gains stop coming, and the initial novelty of the subject wears off. To give you an example, beginning weightlifters often make huge progress gains when they first start lifting. I'm talking like adding 50 pounds to their initial squat after just a few weeks. Lifters call these the noob gains, and they happen because beginning lifters are using muscles that they already had, but in ways that they haven't been used before. And also, they're not really lifting enough weight to truly challenge their body's ability to recover quickly. Pretty soon, though, most lifters hit a plateau, a point where gains either really slow down or stop altogether, even though they're continually hitting the gym as much as they were before. This is the dip for lifters, and they have to do a couple of things to really push through it. Number one, they have to adopt smarter training techniques that take into account the additional recovery time needed for higher levels of performance. But number two, they really just have to adopt a lot of sheer determination to keep pushing through and making progress, even though the rewards have started to diminish. And this is the exact same with any skill that you're pursuing. At first, it's going to be easy. The initial levels are going to be easy to conquer. It'll be fun, but eventually those rewards will diminish. And to continue building that skill, to reach true excellence, you do have to adopt smarter training methods, and you also have to just simply have the grit to keep pushing through, even though it's not fun. And once you do push through that dip, And once you do start building true excellence, this is where things actually do start to get fun and interesting, because now you have the skill to start doing things that most people can't do, and you also have enough experience and work under your belt that people trust you. And they know who you are, and that means they're going to start bringing you more interesting proposals and projects, which are going to be a lot more fun than the grunt work you've been doing before. This has been my experience exactly, and I'm definitely not alone in my belief that the pursuit of excellence and skills and experience is far better than trying to find your passion. Mark Cuban, the billionaire owner of the Dallas Mavericks, once wrote a blog post a few years ago that really crystallized this idea for me, and I want to wrap up this video by quoting the part where he says, "Let me make this as clear as possible. When you work hard at doing something, you become good at it. When you become good at doing something, you will enjoy it more. When you enjoy doing something, there is a very good chance that you'll become passionate or more passionate about it. And when you are good at something, passionate, and work even harder to excel and be the best at it, good things happen." So stop trying to find your passion through introspection or BuzzFeed quizzes or whatever it is. Just pick an interest you have that has the potential to be useful to other people in the future, and then go after it with as many smart training techniques and as much sheer determination as you can muster. Good luck, and thanks for watching. Hey there guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to get new tips on being a more effective student every single week, you can click that big red subscribe button right there. Also, I wrote an entire book on how to get better grades, and if you would like to get a free copy of it, just click the picture of the book and I will send one to you. If you'd like to check out the article for this video with links to the books I mentioned and other resources, click the orange button right there. And if you missed last week's video, we talked about how you can take faster handwritten notes, so check it out if you missed it. Lastly, I'm on Instagram and Twitter at TomFrankly if you want to connect, or you can leave a comment down below.